Did you take some time this weekend for a little bit of a reset and hopefully some self-care time? I hope you did. I hope you didn't spend the weekend super busy the whole time. I hope you took time to slow down and just be present with yourself, whether that was like sleeping in or going for a hike or taking some time in self-care. And the reason I'm asking is because we just entered into a new manifestation cycle, and this manifestation cycle is really launching us forward right now. So I don't know about you, but I woke up this morning and I deliberately took some space for myself. I went for a walk, and when I did, I was like fired up with inspiration. I hope you felt the same today. And if you didn't, don't worry. That energy is available to you for this entire week. So we've been going through a lot, right? Absolutely been going through a lot. And at the same time, there is a flow available to us that we can use with our creativity. So if you felt some creative bursts, some creative sparks today, I want you to take some of those sparks and run with them. If you didn't feel that today, that's okay. You didn't miss the boat. But I really want you to recognize, what are you manifesting right now? What is the cycle of creation that you're in? What are the dominant thought patterns you're experiencing? And sometimes, we have this thing where it's like, oh, I'm stuck in this old pattern. I'm stuck in this old story. I'm stuck in this old belief and it's sucking me down. And I need to like do some healing or like figure out the mirrors and the triggers. And well, sometimes you need to. Other times, what you need to do is just be like, this is a neural pathway, a well-worn neural pathway that my brain is used to thinking. And I have now created an identity around, I am the person who thinks this thought over and over and over again. And it can be as simple, not simple, as being like, I'm not going to be that person anymore. I'm going to deliberately draw a line in the sand and change that thought to a new thought. I'm going to notice it when it comes up, and I'm going to say, I release you. I'm going to say cancel, like whatever you need to say. And I'm going to deliberately, mindfully choose the thought I want to think instead. And I'm going to work on that thought, because thoughts become things. And you're in a manifestation cycle right now that's incredibly powerful in this karmic 6 energy month, the last week of the month of October, right? We're going to be moving into November soon. And November is going to be asking some different things of you. So it's really important to take the time that you have right now and say to yourself, what are my dominant thought patterns? Do I like what I'm manifesting with them, or would I like to choose a different manifestation to work on? Okay. And so, this spark of creativity I spoke of earlier, this is part of that manifestation. And if you haven't felt the spark yet, maybe it's because the thought patterns that are flowing right now are not necessarily fully in alignment, right? They're not necessarily fully in alignment. So if you're not feeling sparks of inspiration, then the next step is to work on those thought patterns. And as you do, create time and space for those sparks of inspiration and sparks of creativity to come through. If you ask for it and you create space, you will always receive what you're asking for. You will always receive these ideas, these thoughts, these plans, the next step that will move you towards your vision. So this week, I really want you to take time for thinking those thoughts that are going to serve you in your manifestation, taking time for the sparks of creativity to land in, and recognizing that on the 28th, which is Thursday, we actually get a preview of November's energy. So we're going to get a little preview of what the month of November is going to hold for us. And so knowing that, it's like on Thursday, can I be a little bit more brave? Can I be a little bit more bold? Can I let myself be a little bit more fully expressed? Can I push the edges of my comfort zone? Can I try something new? Can I take a risk? You know, there are certain people who are really good at taking risks. Let me know in the comments if you're one of them. There are other people who are a little more hesitant. If you are someone who wants to stretch your risk taking muscle and learn to feel comfortable in the unknown, learn to feel comfortable taking risks, there is one really important thing you can do, and that is connect in with your intuition and your inner voice. The energy around you is always speaking to you. It's always going to tell you what is your next best, most aligned action step. It's simply on us to be open, opening our ears, opening our hearts to be willing to receive that guidance and take action on it. And the people who are good at taking risks do this. Their felt sense is really strong, and their connection with their intuition and their inner voice and spirit and source energy is really strong. So the risks aren't so scary, because if you're connected with this universal life force energy, with this universal guidance system, if you're connected to it, the risks aren't that scary, because you can feel that sense of support. You can feel that energy that has your back. You can feel, where do I need to go to be supported, abundant, connected, whatever your values are. You're always going to be guided there, right? You're always going to be guided there. And so the risks don't seem as scary. So Thursday, that's an important date. Be willing to be a little bit more brave, a little bit more courageous. Put yourself out there and see what happens, and recognize, this is the biggest takeaway, recognize that we are in a manifestation cycle right now that's really, really powerful. So what note do you want to end October on? What note do you want to end October on? And are you deliberately focused on creating that? Or are you getting sucked into old cycles and patterns that don't serve? One of my favorite tips to do when I'm noticing those old patterns are a little bit too dominant in my brain is I will pick audios to listen to that help me create the life I truly want to create. So that's a little action step that you might want to try. So in the comments, let me know, what's your number one takeaway? What are you going to do this week? And how are you going to apply this to move this forward? Let me know. Have a great day.